Good morning. My name is Karen Elliott, and this is Kinetic Karma. Thank you for coming to the channel today. This is day 6, I believe, of a series of 10 days in a series of meditation and manifestation, how to different things you can do to help you to meditate and manifest what it is you want to have happen in your life. During the meditation this morning, all I got was total peace, just like Zen. And it was rather interesting. I was surprised to get that. I don't know why. And then the word stasis came into my consciousness. And I didn't even really know what stasis meant. So I looked it up, and it says, a period or state of inactivity or equilibrium, long periods of stasis. So for me, what stands out in that is equilibrium. So I have to say that we are in movement, in motion, and the motion has got us to a point of balance in our lives and in our healing process and in the manifestation process. So what that means further than that, I don't know for you, but you do. So I welcome you again, and we're going to get on with this reading. We're using the chakra deck. And I got 2 cards. Oh, I got 3 cards right off the bat. Oh, wow. Okay. And none of the cards have actual exercises. There are 2 root chakra cards and 1 sacral. And how I know is because of the colors. You can just look at the colors and tell what chakra it corresponds to, because the red is the root and the orange is the sacral. Now, so I'm going to go in order of the numbers that they present themselves. So the root chakra it says, every blade of grass has its angel who bends over it and whispers. We got this card yesterday. Again, every blade of grass has its angel who bends over it and whispers. Every blade of grass has its angel who bends over it and whispers. Grow, grow. After I did the video yesterday, I read this card again for some reason. I'm not sure why, or maybe the thought just came to me that I didn't mention what Spirit was telling me about that statement. And that was that if every blade of grass has its own angel, then what do you have? Who are you? And who's rooting for you? And so I say that to say that we all have an immense wealth and abundance and a reservoir of help on the other side of the veil, are in the form of archangels and guides, spiritual guides, and angels that are just there to support you in getting through a specific situation. We also have our loved ones who've passed over, who mean us good and who want to help us. We have all kinds of resources across the veil. So whether you believe that or not is a choice. My question is, what would it benefit you to believe it? What would it benefit you to believe it? If you don't ask for help, then you can't get it. So it's something that you must actively choose to invite into your space, into your life, into your energy. And if you do, what is it that you have to lose? If it doesn't work, what is it that you're losing? I don't really see a loss. I see a net gain. That's just my thought on it. So let me move on. The first chakra, the root chakra, is associated with our basic animal instincts and survival and self-preservation. food, shelter, health, and security. Maslow's laws, the ladder of Maslow's laws, if you're familiar with it in psychology. It is the very foundation of our being and our identity. Located at the base of the spine, the chakra relates to the principle of gravity connecting to us to our bodies, to the physical world around us, and to the ground below. Its essence is that of a rock, self-sufficient and unto itself. Now, as I was reading this, Spirit had in my mind a meditation that I do often to get grounded, and the meditation is one where I visualize, first I open my crown chakra and I see light coming down through my crown chakra, and then I see this light traveling through my crown to my third eye, to my throat, to my heart chakra, to my sacral chakra, to my root chakra, and continuing down through the earth. And then going through the earth, I see it going through rock and diamonds and oil and shale and water and clay, down to the center of the earth, to a pool that is plasma-like. And that energy, that light going into that pool, and as soon as it hits the pool, there's another beam of light that rises up and comes up, and that beam of light is green. Don't ask me why it's green, I don't know. It's what I see. And it comes up through the chakras that it just came down through. And there's a revolving of the light. So there's a light coming down, going to the center of the earth. There's a light coming from that plasma source at the center of the earth, coming up. And it's a continuum, and it goes around and around. And that's what I visualize in order to connect and ground myself for both the heaven, and it's a connecting of the heaven and the earth. And I don't know why I'm telling you this. I guess it could be a benefit to, I hope so. So now the color of the chakra is deep red. The element is earth. The location is the base of the spine and the perineum. Associated body parts are coccyx, anus, large intestine, adrenal glands, back, legs, feet, and bones. The hit that I got on that particular area was intestines. And I don't know how many of you have actually had or taken advantage of colonics. I love them, and I do them anytime I can afford and get the time to do them. It leaves me with a fresh, it's a cleansing of your intestines in a way that you can't get it done normally at home, because it goes further, the water goes further in, and you just release a lot. And as you're on the table and you're feeling the water fill up and come out, it's like a mountain stream. I'm not kidding. At least that's what it feels like to me, like a mountain stream, washing away all of the debris, washing away anything that's not supposed to be there. And I truly am a proponent of colonics. So if you don't know all of the information or what's involved in a colonic, or you're not familiar with that term, look it up. You might be interested and may be very useful. Okay, and so now we're going to go to the basic issues are safety, survival, shelter, groundedness, nourishment, self-esteem, trust, boundaries, physical health. Gemstones and crystals are garnet, onyx, smoky quartz. Flower essences are blackberry and clematis and corn. Essential oils are bergamot, sandalwood, and vivitar. The food is protein, so whatever type of protein that works for you. They list soy, tofu, nuts, and ligaments, but it's whatever works for you. Don't do anything that you're allergic to. Okay, so the next card that we're going to do, I'm going to continue with the root chakra. And this says that major issues of an unbalanced root chakra are feelings of isolation, abandonment, and lack of trust. Fear may take control of our emotions, of our emotional and psychological health. And that's really important. When we have false evidence appearing real, fear is false evidence appearing real, taking over in any form in our energy, in our energetic field. We need to stop and ask ourselves, so what is that about? What is it that the illusion is that I'm believing, that I'm fearing, that is really not real? Now, I'm not saying you don't have a basic concern and a need, but is it necessary to generate fear out of it? That's optional. It's how we interpret it. It's what we're wired to experience. We create, or fear has been created. A lot of the fears that we have are created based on our belief systems, based on things that have happened to us a long, long time ago when we were children. And something happened that threatened our basic Maslow's ladder needs, our safety, our ability to get food or have shelter or those things. Something threatened that, and something happened, and we created a story around it because that's how the mind has to create a story in order to have it be okay. But part of that story or that wiring, because it was traumatic, it generates fear. Fear is wired in, the emotion of fear. Now, you're grown 30 years later, and you're still experiencing this fear around these same events, these triggering events, but you don't know it because you're not thinking back to when you were 2, that is the initial thing that got you to have the fear that you have now. So what it takes is us going back in meditation and clearing all of that out. And there are different ways that you could do that. There are different meditation techniques that you could do that. And that is something that is a whole nother series on how to do that. But there are, and if you're interested, you can do research and get that done. I would highly recommend it because it helps to alleviate a lot of the fear that comes up associated with things that we're just physically and chemically wired to experience because of our past. So that could be shifted, that could be altered. We may feel uncomfortable or not present in the body, a sense of not being heard or noticed, or of being totally alone. There may be difficulty manifesting what is needed in life, such as finding a mate, a good job, a home, attracting friends, along with the belief in scarcity, not enough money, not enough clothes, not enough food, not enough happiness. And a conviction that material wealth is crucial. And when I read that, there are a lot of people who have a lot of money, who are very wealthy and well-to-do, who suffer with root chakra issues. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It matters that you deal with your energetics, with your energy and your thinking and your spirit, and that you bring it all up to be balanced, to be equal, to be at a state of stasis of peace and well-being. So you have a lot of rich people who are overly, the root chakra is in a negative way overly activated. And you can see this. All you have to do is look around. So it's not about money. It's not about the access to money. You have that. You can create that. Money is energy. Everything is energy in this world. Everything. And if you can align your energetics with what it is that you're looking for, then you can manifest it into the 3D, which is what this series is about. Okay, so we're going to go to common addictions are food, alcohol, and sex. When the root chakra is balanced, the vital connection to life is strong and supported. Our foundation is secure. We feel safe, grounded, alive, and peaceful. A balanced first chakra brings a sense of safety, a feeling of belonging and connection to others, an ability to trust and a sense of acceptance, a sense of fulfillment, of being at home in one's own body on earth. Beneficial activities that promote and maintain a balanced root chakra are yoga, walking, hiking, running, biking, and gardening. These are some of the beneficial activities, not all. We're moving on to the sacral chakra. Major issues of an unbalanced sacral chakra are sexual problems or dysfunctions, fear of intimacy, inability to feel pleasure, emotional repression, fear of change or inability to change. Guilt may become an overriding theme in life. We may experience either a lack of emotional energy or emotional explosiveness. Signs of an unbalanced second chakra. Before I go into that, I want to give you what I'm getting off of this today. So the sacral chakra is right after the root chakra. So what you can, if you could visualize the chakras as being more liquid energetically, if you could, just for sake of visualization, see them as liquid, one flows into the other, and how if you have like 7 cups that represent the 7 chakras, and you have water pouring into each cup, flowing and coming back like a fountain. How much water is poured into a cup affects the other cup. So our chakras are interconnected, and the two, the root and the sacral, are extremely interconnected because they are sequential, they follow each other. So this chakra is pouring into this one. The sacral is pouring into the root. So if you have an imbalance in one, it's very likely that you're going to have an imbalance in all to some extent. But some are going to be impacted more than others depending on the positioning of them. That's what Spirit is telling me. That's not something that I am expert at. So take it as you like. Now, moving on, physical issues, gynecological problems, impotency, frigidity, kidney, bladder, and urinary problems, stiff lower back, and lower back ache. And did I do the emotional or mental issues? Out of touch with feelings, overly emotional or stoic, poor boundaries, that's a big one, with other people, as well as poor emotional boundaries, overt sexuality, excessive attachment, frustration, a tendency to be manipulative. The one that stood out for me there is the boundaries. They're all important, but the boundaries, a lot of people don't know or don't notice their boundaries. They don't pay attention to their boundaries and actually what's occurring in relationships and how easy it is to let people move into territory that is not theirs to move into, to try to dominate, control, manipulate, or vice versa, or you doing that to others. That's a big red flag for indication that the sacral chakra is in need of balancing. I'm going to move on to common addictions: sex, work, relationships, and sugar. When the sacral chakra is balanced, we feel confident and able to relate to others in an open, friendly manner. We can feel and freely process our emotions, allowing ourselves to find balance in our lives and appreciate the yin-yang of our existence, that stasis, that balance. We are adaptable. We feel creative and are tuned in to the stream of life's energies. A balanced second chakra brings an enjoyment of pleasurable activities without guilt. a sense of surrender and of not having to be in control, a strong connection to others while maintaining clear boundaries, and an ability to express and exhibit healthy emotional behaviors. Beneficial activities that promote and manipulate and maintain a balance, sacral chakra, getting a massage, enjoying favorite pieces of music, taking a warm bubble bath, doing gentle yoga. Also, any chakra that you're working with, if you wear the color of that chakra, so for example, if we're having an unbalanced root and sacral chakra, you could wear red underwear, you could wear orange underwear, because that's all gonna be in the area of your sacral and root chakra. If you're having heart issues, the chakra color is green, so you could put something green around that area, or just put that on your body, something, a gemstone that's green, that would promote healing of the heart chakra. So there are a lot of different ways that we can go with that. Okay, so we're going to go on to the Mystic Mudra deck and get an overall arching card for today in terms of an exercise. We got no exercises today. Yeah. That means that it's all okay. This card came in reverse. It was up and then it flipped into the reverse position. And I'm not sure what that means. This is the pose. It's called the triangle pose. And the mantra is, I create goodness in my life and banish negative illusions from my mind. Oh, I create goodness in my life and banish negative illusions from my mind. I create goodness in my life and banish negative illusions from my mind. And that directly goes back to the fear-based conversations that we were talking about earlier, that we're connected to from possibly childhood or other traumatic events that had occurred, and where we got wired to that fear and we created conversations around that fear that we need to unplug, that we need to go back and rewire in our energetic field, in our mental field, in our spiritual field. We need to forgive ourselves. We need to forgive whoever was a part of the trauma. We need to put healing in those places and love. So the triangle pose is you're standing straight up, and then with your feet spread like she has them, and you're going to bend over with one hand going down, reaching toward the ground, and one hand reaching to the heavens. And it brings to me this picture, it brings to me Leo, the astrological sign of Leo, the lion, looking at that lion in the background, very fierce, and the sword with what looks like possibly blood on it. Like somebody's been at battle with something and drew blood. What that's about, I'm not sure. It will have different meanings for everybody, but notice the detail in the picture, and hopefully Spirit will connect you with the message for you specifically. This is a general reading. It will be different for many different people. It's also, I'm noticing the pumpkin, which is representative of fall, which is the time that we're going into very shortly. So I think this is a very important message on some level. I'm not able to articulate just what or how, but I feel that it's extremely important. I'm going to do another deck to get clarification on that card, because it was so vibratory for me. I think I want to use an angel deck. Let's see. The angel deck I'm using is Messages from Your Angels by Doreen Virtue. And I want to pull 2 or 3 cards from this deck to get a better message about overall what this reading is about today and what our angels want to say. And the first card is, you are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the earth and all of its inhabitants. And that may be why you're watching me, because I'm a light worker, and I think that most of the people who follow me are light workers. It's a tribe. Spirit, could you give me another card? Wow. This makes my body tingle because we've been working. We've been working, y'all. And the card is Victory, Omega. Victory, your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. And the last card, please, for advice from the angels, please, Spirit, is a happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. So I don't know your life, but I would say it would be safe to assume that there is somebody out there who is manifesting a new place, a new home, and that you're going to be victorious and get exactly what you want, and maybe more than what you want, maybe beyond your dreams, and that you're a light worker and you need to do your work and have faith and keep up the good work. I don't know why, but I was compelled, as I was talking to you, to shuffle the deck, and 2 more cards fell out, so I'm going to read them, and then I'm going to end this. The next card I got was, yoga and exercise are essential to your well-being, peace of mind, and spiritual growth right now. And that's a big part of what we've been doing in this series. So even if it's a little yoga, it's your intention, it's your commitment, and it's your consistency that matters. You can build on that. You can't build if you don't have commitment, if you don't have consistency and intention. So don't judge yourself. Even if you just do a small amount of the work, you're doing the work. And if you do a consistency, you can build. Okay, and the last card is Vanessa. To make your decision, ask yourself, which way brings me closer to my divine purpose? Which way takes me away from it? Okay, that is the reading for today. I'm very happy to be here with you, amazing light workers. You people who care about the earth and care about others, and who are willing to take the time to do what you need to do to free yourself up so that you're breaking through for and creating a path for others to follow. This is a new earth that we're in. This energy is a new earth, and you are the leaders. Thank you. Have a good day.